They're back and stronger than ever. Do you know how to keep bed bugs out of your home? The answers could help you sleep at night. So here's the big question. Does anyone think that they're safe from bed bugs? Put your hands up. Quite a few people. Pamela, come join me, Pamela. Where are you from, Pamela?
Piscataway.
Piscataway.
Yes.
All right, now one of the issues with Pamela is that she's got to be able to figure out something about bed bugs that most people don't appreciate, which is how close they are to you all the time. So if you don't mind, take that off. There they are. Can you all see these? See those bed bugs there?
Oh my, oh.
They're sort of cute, aren't they?
No.
I mean, you see that, they're fascinating. They go to the heat. They're sealed inside, so they can't get out at you. And we're completely safe in the audience. I can see people squirming in their chairs a little bit. But these bed bugs can get on you in a lot of different ways. And when they're fully grown, come look at this. I want to show you something. See how big they can get? Ooh. And that Lincoln head on a penny is about the size of a bed bug that's actually chewed its way through your skin and engorged itself with your blood. Pretty typical. What I could do now, if you're okay with it, is show you an animation of something that I think is happening all over the country. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. This animation shows you asleep. You're comfortably resting there in bed. And without realizing it, when it gets dark, because the bed bugs hate the light, they start coming out. They start to swarm. They love the heat and they love the darkness. And as they swarm, they come up on your skin. And once they get under your skin, they look for an open patch where they can just realize their nutrition is just an inch away. And then they bounce. And as they pounce in, they begin to suckle and take out the blood. And they love, as they engorge themselves with your blood, getting a nice big meal. And then they quickly scurry back before the evening's up. So what do you think about that?
Oh, I don't like it.
Don't like that?
No.
So do you think you're at risk?
Yes, I do. I do. Because when you travel and you go to hotels and, you know, I take Lysol and I spray the room but, you know, I'm scared now. I'm looking at this. It still can get on you.
All right, let me show you something. This is a map showing the United States and the major infestations that have occurred over the last few years. Look at that. In every major urban area, pretty much, just about every state, by the way. This is just the big infestations, the reported ones. There are, of course, many, many smaller ones, and exterminators tell us that every state in the union has bed bugs, and get this, the incidence of bed bugs has gone up 500%. 5 times increase over the last few years. I mean, it's impressive. So your neighbors, if you don't have them, your neighbors are suffering from bed bugs.
What?
Now, I bring this all up because this is the kind of topic that I love getting into, because we can actually do a lot to avoid it. So let me get you back in your seat for a second.
Okay.
And explain to everybody, thank you very much, a little bit about bed bugs. And to help me with this, I've asked Dr. Deanie Miller. Deanie, come join me if you don't mind. Thank you very much. Have a seat. She's an epidemiologist, not epidemiologist, an entomologist. Entomologist. She's a specialist in bugs.
Right.
Right? And she's been talking a lot about bed bugs, and we've learned a lot from you, so thank you for joining us. So talk a little bit to everybody about what kinds of homes are susceptible to bed bugs.
Well, the bed bugs really don't discriminate. They're very equal opportunity. They don't care if you're rich or you're poor, what color you are, what religion you might be. And I've had everybody try and tell me, the people who get infested, they're trying to blame it on their neighbor or blame it on one group of people or another group of people. What bed bugs are mainly attracted to are people, period.
So if you don't have a rash, you know, how many of you have a bed bug rash right now? Good.
I got one.
You had one, really?
Yeah.
How'd you get one?
I had them feed on me yesterday before I came. So some of us like this sort of thing, you know.
So if you don't have a rash, is it possible for you still to have bed bugs in your home?
Yes, it absolutely is. You know, my husband works with me, and he has no reaction whatsoever. And so technically I could have bed bugs in my house and could have them in there for a good long time, and if it was just him there, he might not ever know it. Now, I have a reaction that takes place in about less than 24 hours.
So if someone watching the show right now wants to understand what the real risks are for them getting bed bugs, and obviously most of us don't have it in our home, so the risks actually happen outside the home. So walk me through them. So what's the #1 major way to get them?
Well, if you'd asked me this question a couple years ago, I would have said staying in hotels, that you're going to bring them home in your luggage. But I would say today that's kind of changed. This is people buying used furniture, or, like I work in a university town, people picking up furniture that they see next to the dumpster.
Right. And then there's one way that I just learned about, which is just through casual contact.
Yeah, well, That would be difficult to do, but there is one pest control operator that I'm friends with up in Michigan who actually found out that a source of an infestation in this one group of apartments was due to one, I guess, pretty handsome guy who was visiting various ladies in the apartment complex and staying over there, and they couldn't find out where these infestations were coming from until they got back to his apartment. So let that be a lesson to us.
Yes. It's always the guy's fault.
Right.
So, actually, Pamela, come up here, Pamela, for a second, if you don't mind. Now, I don't know if you noticed this, Pamela, but I brushed up close to you when we were looking at those bed bugs over there. And can anyone see this over here on Pamela's shoulder?
Oh, what's that?
What do we think that is?
That's a bed bug?
Well, it's not a real one. It's a fake bed bug. But can we all see that right there? Now, that handsome little critter was placed there without too much difficulty. You didn't notice it.
No.
They could jump. And in fact, that's one of the ways that people do get them. They spread from each other. And so I point that out to you. I'll give that. You want that? You know what? You keep that. This little.
Okay, as long as it's fake.
You know, and then so they don't fly through the air, but they can fall from me into you. And likewise in your bed, actually, they can fall from your pillow onto your shoulders. It's one of the ways that bed bugs can get over barriers that are sometimes there. And remember, if you just look around here for a second, that's one bed bug, right? Look at this animation. So that one bed bug, and it starts small, but it can quickly reproduce itself, and as it does that, it'll become 3 or 4. Then each of them starts to make kids, and each of them, and in 1 year, each bed bug can make 500 babies that grow up into bed bugs again. So these things grow pretty quickly. So, you think you're safe?
No.
All right. So, thanks for coming, Pamela.